Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective, where you get a little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. Today is Aloha Oracle Friday. It's been so long, I had to remember how to say it. But anyways, just a side note, I was putting on my rings this morning, right? If anyone's ever watched in the past, you always know that this one's always gone over here, but I am losing so much weight that, they're not fitting right any. My favorite rings are getting too big for me. So anyways, I know mostly I'm not using any of that stuff. My doctor and I, just to put this out there, okay? I know this is Aloha Oracle Friday, but just to put this out there, I don't care what other people do. If you want to use that other stuff, that's great. That's fine for you. Turns out my pancreas was, insulin resistant, so my doctor put me on some meds to help that. So, and that actually now my pancreas is working normally, so that's why I'm starting to lose weight. But you know, and again, it's for the heart. You know, you do you. All right. The only body I'm in charge of is my own. And yeah, that's it. So let's get to Oracle Friday. I don't know why I'm so nervous, right? It's been a long time since I've done this. Okay, I belong to a group where I do like a weekly reading, usually a weekly reading, but today, oh my God, you can tell too, right? Because my voice got it lower, and when I get nervous, it gets lower. So I know I'm so weird, but I'm quirky, and I embrace it. So, anyways, I know. I'm sorry. Give me a second here. I know this is the hard part about going live. When you go live, it's kind of like, So, anyways, all right, let's get to this. Deep breaths. Okay. And actually, while you're out there listening to me read the Oracle guidelines, which I read so I don't ramble on and on about them, do some deep breaths in, you know, 4 in, 8 out. If you're okay with that. If you're not used to doing breathing exercises, 8 in, 8 out. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or however slow or fast you want to count, and then out to the count of 8. But all right, there we go. So just like that, you know, but in whatever way is comfortable for you. So Oracle guidelines. Number 1, do not worry where the message is coming from. I only work from a good place. So if you're seeing this, there's a reason you are here. Number 2, do not make a card fit your situation or your question if it does not resonate with you. Forcing an outcome or an answer not meant for you can cause unnecessary stress and overthinking. I am a recovering overthinker, so trust me when I say it is a thing. All right. Number 3, I will give you the message I receive in the message from the book because someone took the time to write it and put it together. So I feel like, you know, hey. All right. Number 4, angels, God, heaven, etc. might come up. Feel free to insert your higher power or the universe, wherever you turn your focus to, even if it's to nothing. All right. This will help can't read my own writing. This will help the flow of the reading without stopping to clarify. So there you go. If you hear anything that doesn't resonate with you, change it to something that does. All right. So as always, I always start with the angel answers. I know. Hey, you know what? I'm both. I stand on both sides of that spirituality. I do believe in God. I was raised a Catholic, and but yeah. But I also dig these things. You know. I love angels. I mean, come on, you know, they're right there. I also got healing with the fairies, unicorns, magical unicorns, and enchanted unicorns, which I'll pull one from that deck because I absolutely love that deck. So anyways, yeah, Monday I'll be back to my normal, you know, my normal lives, Monday through Thursday. I do the thing. But like I said, Oracle Fridays have always been kind of fun for people, right? And it doesn't matter if you're watching it now or you're catching it on the replay. Most people catch it on the replay because the time I'm doing my show, at least in California, most people are at work or they're out doing stuff. So, you know, the chances of anyone seeing this live are fair to Midland. So, you know, if you're catching it on the replay, it still counts. Just like when you see those things on YouTube, right? If you find it, it's meant for you. So let's get rolling. In the past, I usually would pull about 5, right? just to wait for other people to come on. So we'll see. I know Sibling's been trying to get on since yesterday. She couldn't get on and she was a little bummed about it. So hopefully she'll be able to find me today. I told her just to go to my page and refresh. Now, if you do want to watch me live, you can go to Shelly Marie Lucas. Shelly Marie is one name. SHELLYMARIE. And all my lives are public, so anybody can watch them. My Facebook is actually closed to people I know, but I do make the lives public because unfortunately, the Aloha Perspective page needs 100 followers in order for me to go live on there, and I'm not quite there yet. I'm about a third of the way, so long way to go. So let's see. Come on, I need 3 more cards. Speak to me. I do like to work with Archangel Gabriel, so, and see, ask and you shall receive. Now in the past, somehow I've always managed to make these fit together. I don't know if it's my gift of gab or what, or just being able to string certain things together, but since my brain is still trying to make a comeback, we'll see how this goes. So anyways, you know, this is the only deck I do not read the book on, just because, like I said, it's about trying to wait for people to come on. So the first one, ask for help from others. As a mental health advocate, I'm going to tell you this straight out. I know it's Oracle Friday. That doesn't mean I'm not a mental health advocate. So if you need help, please, please, please do not be afraid to ask for help. If you say you're doing something right, like for me, I will, I was putting my TV together last week and I was trying to put the stands on, and these screws, these MFing screws, all right, were just kind of being a bitch. And so finally I just said, okay, you know what? I took them all out, took a deep breath, took a beat, and I just said, please, please, so whatever angel is in charge of putting shit together, please help me. All right. Eventually that wasn't working either, so I had to call on the highest powers. But I have a very vast spiritual table. I know a lot of people frown on that. They don't think I should have more than one person at my, or one being at my spiritual table, but I do. And it's like team, right? It's a team effort. So, but don't be afraid to help or ask for help from others, whether it's your higher power, the universe, whatever you turn your focus to, the people around you. Somebody is bound to answer eventually. If they don't get back to you right away, just remember, everybody has a life. Lots of people are busy. Not everybody, this took me a while to understand. Not everybody is going to respond in the amount of time I respond, because at the moment, a lot of people are much more busy than I am. So, and hopefully that will change for me soon. But that doesn't mean I don't try to reach back out to people. But just give it some time, okay? Or keep trying to reach out to people until you do hear back from somebody. But don't psycho text them, okay? Because that can get bad. So anyways, ask for help from others. Don't be ashamed, okay? Especially when it comes to mental health. Don't be ashamed. Reconsider whatever it is that you're thinking about right now of doing, and it may not feel right. There's probably a reason. Now that doesn't mean that it won't be something that won't happen down the road, but right now it's probably saying reconsider. Is this something you really, really want? Is this something you really want to do? Because if you're having this feeling that's holding you back, it may not be meant for you at this time. All right. Perfect timing. Okay. This is where divine timing comes in. Now, I do know these are backwards, and I do apologize, but this has kind of been the shtick of the show, right? It's like me getting contacts and turning this the right way. It just wouldn't feel right. So, or I should say me wearing the contacts and turning this the right way. It wouldn't feel right. So this is the quirk part of the show. But anyways, perfect timing. Divine timing can be a bitch, but everything does happen in its own timing. You just have to trust it, okay? Older sibling! She found it! Yay! The world is right again. The balance has come back. Opportunity. So perfect timing. Opportunity can happen in perfect timing. But you have... Well, look at that. Me revealing the other card. But you have to You have to be open to it. So stay open to that divine timing. Stay open to that perfect timing, and the opportunities will arise. And you have to trust and believe, okay? I don't care if you have a higher power or not, if you believe in the vastness of nothing after this life, whatever it is that you're doing on this planet right now, on this plane, you have to trust and believe. Because if you don't trust and believe and none of your stuff happens, don't blame everything else around you. It's because you did not trust and believe. It is the hardest freaking thing in the world. Trust me, I get it. It is hard, but it's possible. And I know if I can do it, you can do it, because I am, it's kind of like, yep, not working, I'm out. So you just have to have patience. Patience is another one. I can't believe patience did not come up in this reading. Where is it? Oh, it's not even anywhere near the top. Romance, remain positive, let go. So, you know what? I did see let go in here. Oh, listen to your intuition. That one accidentally got pushed out. So, as a side note, listen to your intuition and letting go. That doesn't mean necessarily of letting go of something like in the reconsider situation, right? It's not saying let go. It's just saying reconsider it. In fact, reconsidering maybe the approach that you're taking is not working. Try a different approach. Maybe not trusting and not believing is not working. So reconsider and try trusting and believing. See what I did there? And communicate clearly. Whether it's to the universe, your higher power, or the people around you. Yeah, the people around you. Communicate clearly, because a lot of times miscommunications happen because people don't pay attention, or people don't communicate clearly enough. Make your intentions known, okay? Just communicating clearly. It can be scary, right? I mean, I don't know. As confident as I am learning how to be, I still struggle talking to men. I know, it's like, if you watch Big Bang Theory, it's like having Raj syndrome, right? Can't talk to girls. And I mean, I don't clam up like he does. I can, get a few words out, but 9 times out of 10, sibling has to elbow me or something. But that's my own issue, right? That's my own psychological problem. So anyways, communicate clearly. Wait for the perfect timing. Opportunity can happen if you trust and believe. Reconsider your path and the process that you're taking. And when all else fails, do not be afraid to ask for help from others. Yay! So, there we go. I know. Let's move on to healing with the fairies. Generally, I try to pull at least 3 cards from each deck, except for the enchanted unicorns, because those are pretty wordy. But I give it 3 shuffles. Whatever comes out, comes out. In the past, after 3 shuffles, if nothing came out, I would keep going. But I figure if nothing comes out after 3 shuffles, I was just not meant to get this deck. Wow, look at that. That one landed right on my arm. Oh, this could be a long one. Nope, we got 3 cards. Well, look at that. I said something and it happened. Gotta love them apples. All right, let's see what we got. Let's shuffle them. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right. Honoring your true feelings. Honoring your true feelings. So, yesterday when I finally came back to this show, one of the things I wanted to talk about, but I never got to, and will eventually, because like I said, I'm going to break down my healing journey over the course of time, not necessarily all at the same time, because it can be information overload, but just kind of touching a little bit on that. Honoring your true feelings means not being a people pleaser. Straight up, not being a people pleaser. You are just as important as the person you are trying to please. Maybe more so depending on how the person acts. If they're kind of a dick, walk away. Reconsider. All right? Sometimes I bounce back to those original cards. Reconsider. And they may not be that way to anybody else. I mean, I have dated some people in the past that were absolutely wonderful to everyone else, and they had no clue what I was talking about because they were different with me. But I was a people pleaser. And I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm not going to say I still don't go out of my way to try to do it, but I try to come from a different place now, right? And it's not what's in it for me. That is not being a people pleaser and going the other way. Being a recovering people pleaser means you're not going to sacrifice yourself for someone else's happiness. You know, I mean, say that you're constantly, hey, let's go to the movies. Okay, just as an example, you ask your friends, hey, let's go to the movies. And your other friend says, well, I want to see this, but I asked you to see this movie. I asked if you wanted to go to see this movie. Well, I want to see this instead. And instead of sticking to your guns and saying, no, I want to see this movie, you're welcome to come with me or not, you change and go to see their movie. So your mission is still not accomplished. You're just people pleasing someone else who can't go to the movies by themselves. I have had this happen to me before. Now I just say, hey, I'm going to see this movie. If you want to come with me, this is the time, the date, blah, blah, blah. That's when I'm going. And my friends let me know if they want to go or not. I don't change my plans for other people when I already have a plan set in place. Now, sometimes we're going to compromise, right? Especially if you're in a bigger group or you don't really care what you're doing. There's a compromise. But honoring your true feelings, that's a small example of it. It's being true to yourself. It's taking off the people pleaser mask and saying, hey, I deserve to be seen as well. So, all right. So let's see what the book has to say about that. Honor your true feelings. There it is. The card meaning. By drawing this card, you're urged to listen to and follow your true feelings. Do not betray yourself or rationalize it. It's acceptable to deny your inner voice of truth. There's the inner voice of truth. You have an inner counselor who is very wise. This source of wisdom speaks to you in both physical and emotional ways. Perhaps you have gut feelings that are speaking loudly to you, or physical reactions to situations such as a tightened jaw or a nervous stomach. Your heart may be drawing you toward a particular geographical location, a specific career, or a certain type of relationship. You may feel compelled to leave a particular situation that is unacceptable. The fairies know the importance of heeding their own feelings, and they ask you to do the same. Good morning, Eileen. They say, please don't discount what you know to be true in your heart. Follow your emotions, as they are your inner compass that will steer you home and keep you warm, safe, supported, and joyous. If you're unclear about which emotions you're experiencing, write down your thoughts and feelings in a journal to gain clarity and understanding. I am a huge advocate for journaling. Okay? Huge advocate for journaling. Just really quick, I know this is a live, but Eileen is on. I'm actually going to see her later, but I have to ask her, did group 3 get called already? Did group 3 get called already? Have you been on the ride? So she's at Disneyland right now. Super jelly. Super jelly. So anyways, the affirmation for this: I listen to, honor, and follow my true feelings, knowing that they are answers to my prayers. So there you go. Honor your true feelings. Do not people please other people. And don't let them run roughshod over you, okay? Because I personally know people pleasers. I see you. And as a recovering people pleaser, I get how hard it can be to not do that, because a lot of times you just don't want confrontation, right? But being a people pleaser doesn't mean you're going to continue to have confrontation. It just means that you are standing up for something that you want. Something you want to do, something you want to watch, something you want to see, and just making them deal with it. We have this problem in my house. So older sibling always asks me, what do you want to watch? I don't care. Do you want to watch this? I don't care. Do you want to see this? I don't care. When I do this at my dad's house when I'm visiting, I'd be like, he'll say, what do you want to watch? I don't care. And he'll just put a movie on, something he wants to watch. And then I just kind of get sucked into it. That's how you got to deal with it, because I really don't always care. If there's something I want to watch, I will tell you. And, sometimes she'll just say, well, I'm going to put this on. It's like, yeah, I don't want to watch that. So it's like, just put it on anyway, okay? Because you know what? If I'm not going to answer you, I don't deserve a choice anymore. So family harmony. Family harmony is huge. I don't want to talk out of my ass when it comes to family harmony. So I'm just going to go right to the book on that one. Your relationships with family members are healing. As you hold loving thoughts and feelings about the souls involved, including yourself, you experience genuine harmony within your family. I feel like there is a family harmony going on in my family right now, so that's a good thing. Every person in your life is affected by your beliefs and expectations, including your family members. By drawing this card, you are counseled to hold positive and loving thoughts about anyone who seems to have irritated or hurt you. The more loving energy you send to each person, the more love will be directed back to you. Have patience. You are beginning to feel a great healing occurring in your family relationships. The fairies ask you to think of 3 reasons why you are grateful for each member of your family. If one person seems to particularly frustrate you, think of 5 reasons why that person is worthy of love. Send blessings and prayers to that person, and your relationship will show immediate signs of improvement. Yeah, it's that one is hard for me to talk on, just because I mean, first of all, if they're talking about the large expanse of your family, that's one thing. But I mean, right now in my immediate family of actual blood people, I have a baby sibling who's my cousin, my dad, and me. But mostly it's just my dad and me if you go with immediate family, because I'm an only child. There's also older sibling and the brother from another mother. But there has been some discord in my family in the last couple of years, and I feel like it's finally starting to get on track. But I do understand this from a personal experience, where when you put love towards something, but you sometimes it's hard because people continually let you down, and I don't have to deal with most people on a normal basis, and most of the family I do see all the time, not a problem. Love my San Diego family. We get together, we have a good time, but then every so often there's the outside stuff that happens. And, I've talked about it in the past, and I don't really want to go back in that direction, because I do feel like family harmony needs to find a way to move forward. But, I will just always know, in case baby sibling watches this later, that she will always be the priority. So that's all I'm going to say on that. So, her and her family, her and her boys are always going to be my priority when it comes to, any kind of family discord. So, but like I said, the rest of my family, great. I love all my family in San Diego. Obviously, I love my dad. Love all my Hanai family, which in Hawaii is just kind of extended family, like adopted family. So, yeah. Anyways, I probably said too much, but, whatever. So, look inside yourself. I feel like look inside yourself really kind of goes with honoring your true feelings, right? So, I think I've said a lot about that just in honoring your true feelings, but if you're trying to figure out how to honor your true feelings, you really do have to look inside of yourself. What needs to be healed? What needs to be fixed? Like I said, I am a huge advocate for journaling. I recently moved I have this really cool Avengers journal I got from Company D, and it's pretty awesome. And I was doing my 117 days in there, which is basically from the time my mom was officially diagnosed with her cancer to the day that she passed away. So I started on that day, and it's actually started in a different journal because I wanted to use it all the way to the end. But after I graduated from therapy Wednesday, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back to a floof journal. And I think I showed it yesterday on the show, where I just showed the notebook, and it really is the floof journal, because it's the graduated floof. And so I'm kind of finishing up in there, but I tend to be really, really forthcoming when I do the notebook journals. And I don't know if it's just because the size of the notebook is bigger than a regular journal or what, but as far as advocating goes, the reason I'm sharing that is because it doesn't matter what you're writing on. You can get loose leaf paper and a 3-ring binder, or those little books that have like the prongs in it with the 2 holes and all that stuff. You can, whatever it is you want to write on, you can use your phone if you want to, or your computer, or your iPad, or whatever other kind of, technical devices out there. But get it out of you. And the only way to do that is to look inside and see what feels like it's in pain. Are you in pain? Are you having triggers? Are you jumping off the handle at certain things? If you are, these are the things you have to look inside to really discover, what it is that you're feeling, and how to move it out of you, and get it out so you can heal it. Up and out to heal it. So look inside yourself. You've been trying to find satisfaction through outside sources, such as material possessions or relationships. You're also looking for help from other people. The fairies ask you to look within for the answers you need. Sometimes when you feel empty, your first reaction is to try and fill up the emptiness of acquiring something or someone. You may fall into the trap of thinking, I'll be happy if or when I have a fill in the blank, a new lover, an advanced degree, a better wardrobe, etc. Then, when you get the new acquisition, you only feel satisfied for a little while. The fairies remind you that the only source of true fulfillment is by connecting with the spirit within. Have a mental conversation with your creator and feel yourself filled with the divine love. The same holds true if you're searching for answers from outside authorities. Now, there's nothing wrong with seeking counsel from wise friends, especially if their advice echoes what you know to be true. But perhaps you've been asking your friends, mentors, or psychics for solutions, and you feel confused by conflicting advice. So if everyone is telling you different solutions, you'll need to meditate on what your inner guidance is telling you. In the first set of cards, one of the cards that just kind of poofed itself up. I mean, I had the cards in my hand, and it kind of went like this. All right, my finger touched it, and it kind of pushed it out of the deck, and it was follow your intuition. Or trust your intuition. Sometimes I think we know the answer, but we look to outside sources because we want to feel validated. Trusting your intuition means that if this is something you feel inside of you, you don't need to look for outside solutions. There are times when I'll ask baby sibling, I know the answer, and her reply will be, well, I'm getting bananas. And bananas is like crazy, because like, hi, you're crazy for asking me because you already have the answer. And so I'm learning that. I am learning that when I feel something deep in my heart and I get a different answer and it doesn't feel right coming from whoever it is, it's because I have the answer. So honor your true feelings by looking inside of yourself and trusting your intuition. Plus, I've also been there where I felt like, oh, well, losing this much weight or will get me a man or, have a better wardrobe and I'll feel more confident. But you know what? I learned that I have to love exactly who I am in this moment at the present time, which is kind of the same thing as in this moment. But because if we don't love ourselves, if we don't find that self-love, that self-respect, that self-acceptance, and we're continually looking for it in someone else, not everybody is fortunate enough to find someone that will help them work through that. And by that, I mean in a relationship. I've been lucky to find that in all of my friends. But in my past relationships, that did not happen. That didn't happen. And I left feeling more inadequate than when I was in the relationships. Because I felt, well, how did I feel? And in journaling and looking back, I realized it wasn't just me. It was a two-party failure. I failed to communicate my feelings. I failed to honor my true feelings. I people-pleased my way into just saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm out. And, being single is not always easy. All right. It can be hard because you do miss that connection with somebody. But I tell you, it's taken me a long time to figure out that I have to have a relationship with myself before I can have a healthy relationship with someone else. And who knows, maybe the person I end up with, I might help guide towards whatever. But, because I know two couples that are recent couples in just the last couple of years that they help each other. And in one instance, one was so kind of damaged by a previous they both were kind of damaged by previous relationships, but one was so jaded, and then she finds this person just randomly, right? She's talking to her cousin, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, check this guy out. And next thing you know, 3 years later, they're together still, and and she's getting ready to move. So, but he helps her, he guides her, he shows her to how to trust again. And sometimes it's what we need. And I'm not saying that, you have to go into a relationship knowing everything, because you don't. But these are also two people I know that were very kind of in tune with themselves before they got into these relationships. And now they have people that just kind of bring the better parts of them out and remind them that it's okay to, it's okay to be you. It's okay to feel what you feel and say what you want to say. But, we have to communicate and figure out the balance on the right level. So, oh, look at that. There's only one card. Yay. I didn't want to make this too long today. You know, I'm trying to keep them within a good time limit, which is why I actually only started with 3 decks, but this one is one of my favorites. So I had to bring that baby out. Relax. Everything's okay. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. So whoever's watching this now or later, I just want you to know that because there is, yes, it's a unicorn, but it's still a horse. And I want you to know that this is your sign that everything is going to be okay. I've had some conversations recently, very, very recently, and where there's a lot of worrying and a lot of, you know, I think a lot of it's unconscious worrying, because on the surface there's this positivity, there's this, yeah, everything's going to be okay, everything's going to work out. But I think subconsciously, almost unconsciously, it's kind of like, you know, like, oof. So I did ask before this, that I do get a card that will kind of just resonate hard with me, and this one really does. I mean, some of the other ones do, obviously, because to me they feel like they were right out of therapy, but when I pull cards, I'm trying to pull them for a general reading, not for me, just for everybody. So relax, everything's okay, don't worry, it's all going to be fine. This is where trusting and believing really comes in. We sit there and wonder, why aren't things happening? And sometimes, even though everything around us looks bleak, we have to remind ourselves that it's going to be okay, right? I mean, you have, let's touch on actors, right? I've read a story about Chrissy Metz, or even I think she's in the forefront of my mind because I don't know why. She's just the first one that came up. Probably because she was so honest about, you know, her whole situation, and then getting this show, This Is Us, and everything starting to really kind of fall into place. But she's like, yeah, I had like $27 left in my bank account, and I was ready to pack it up and go home. And then all of a sudden, bam, she gets this thing. Because she didn't want to quit. She was going to wait until that $27 ran out before she picked up and left. You know, and she had maxed everything out. I mean, she was really down to the bare bones of it. But, you know, she kept pushing forward, she kept believing, and it really is a testament to, you know, your people's faith in their higher powers, whether it's the universe, God, or, you know, you have your own spiritual deity that you turn your focus to, or even, again, if you don't believe in any of that and you just turn your focus to, you know, nothing and just the world around you. These energies still exist, and they exist within us. And in order to make things happen, we have to figure out how to trust and believe. And believe it or not, worrying is not going to help you. So we have to learn how to relax. Take the deep breaths, count to 10, count to 20, count as far as you need to count until you start feeling yourself coming back. If you have to, count to 10 as many times as you need to until you start feeling this anxiety slip away. I started reading a book called Fuck It, The Spiritual Way. That's exactly what it's called. Fuck It, it says Fuck It in a Spiritual Way. I was reading it this morning, actually, and I closed it, so I can't give you the exact title, but that was pretty much it. Fuck It in a Spiritual Way. Now, here's the funny thing. 20 years ago, when this dude and his wife started writing this book, it was mostly him, but they came up with the idea kind of together from these retreats they used to do. He went to publishers, and they're all no high-end bookstore. So I'm pretty sure he was from London. All right. Cause he was talking about Britain and all that stuff. So, you know me, I'm like a total Britophile, but I didn't know that until I started reading the book. But anyways, he goes to all these publishers, and he's trying to tell them, they're all no high-end book. Can you really see that a book with that word on it or that phrase on it on a bookshelf in a high-end store, on a high street, whatever high street is? I'm assuming that means like more the upper ends, right? Or in any bookshelf, right? I mean, can you imagine going into Barnes and Noble and seeing that? Now, mind you, it's F***K. All right. So he does say the word a few times so far in it, but even in there, when he's saying fuck it, it's just F***K until he's actually talking about it. But then he had a meeting with Hay House. Now, Hay House that's actually where I found the book to buy it. They're a publisher of a lot of different things, but they're more spiritually minded, not religious, just openly spiritually minded. So whatever you believe in across the board, they are probably going to cover it, because it's more, I don't know what the word would be. I want to say Unitarian, but I don't think that's it. But it's more just, we're not concerned who your higher power is. We want you to tap into the spirituality so you can really kind of thrive with whoever your higher power is, even if you don't have one. And they loved the idea, because it was fuck it in a spiritual way. And what he was basically saying is, stop worrying. Is worrying helping me? No, worrying is not helping me. It's making everything worse. And so when you say the phrase, it's kind of like, and I'm getting used to it. I mean, I have a potty mouth anyway, but, I used to apologize for that. Not anymore. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I know it probably offends a lot of people, and that is not my intention, but I am who I am, and I'm not going to apologize for myself anymore. I've done that for far too long. My mouth does not define who I am. I do. The things I do, the things I try to do to help people, the being there and showing up for myself and others, that's what should define each and every one of us. Yeah, if we drop an F-bomb here or there, we have a potty mouth, you know what? My mouth knows when to hold back, all right? I don't sit there with my aunt and uncles, or my aunt and uncle and my dad having a conversation dropping F-bombs. No, because I have a little more respect than that, and even if you do, that's your thing, and that's okay. I'm not saying you're being disrespectful. For me, no. I mean, God, if I would have done that in front of my mother, I remember the first time I accidentally dropped an F-bomb in front of my dad says, "Why are you so worried?" He's all, "I know you swear when I'm not around." And it was kind of liberating, right? It was like being given a free pass to roam the halls of school. So anyways, don't worry, it's all going to be fine. So, and don't apologize for yourself. I mean, if there's a reason to apologize for yourself, apologize. Because I find that before I was healed, and especially, I mean, even before my mom died from my own trauma, before my trauma was healed, I did some damage, and I've had to go on the apology tour for that. And I mean, not major damage, but just kind of the attitude sometimes, or the, flying off the handle because you're triggered by something. And the one person I've really had to go through the apology tour with is his older sibling, because she's the one that really kind of got the brunt of it. But she's also one of the reasons why I credit her the most with pulling me through that. She threw the life preserver into the water, and she kept throwing it, and sometimes she would actually have to hook me with the life preserver and start pulling me in before I would actually grab onto it. But she never gave up. She never quit. As tiring as I'm sure that was, she never ever quit. And that kind of set things in motion. And that was over 15 years ago. And it took her a long time. Long time. It probably wasn't until about, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago that I finally had maybe just before 10 years ago, probably about 12 years ago, that I finally realized I had to be on antidepressants. And I know a lot of people say you don't have to be, but I do have a chemical imbalance. And part of the acceptance of who I am now, even 12 years later, and 2 rounds of therapy under my belt now, I still had to come to terms with the fact that this is my life. But I can succumb to it, or I can embrace it. And I can say, hey, you know what? As long as my good days outnumber my bad days, I'm doing okay. So anyways, relax. Now I got that song in my head. Everything's okay. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. No matter what your situation looks like right now, this card asks you to relax and let go of worries. Everything will be okay. Have you ever seen a movie in which everyone seems to be in danger or in trouble of some sort? As you watch the movie, you wonder, how will they ever get out of this? Yet at the end of the film, everything works out fine and everyone's happy. Except for the people who are dead, of course, right? That's my addition to this. But anyways, you can probably see what kind of movies I watch. In the same way, your movie will have a happy ending too, so don't stress or worry. Instead, enjoy watching how your life story unfolds in an amazing way. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Life works itself out in ways that we could never have thought of. Your current situation will be over soon, and you'll be fine. You'll learn life lessons that will help you in the future. So use this current time to make yourself stronger. Breathe deeply. Try your best to stay positive and happy, and remember to relax because everything's going to be okay. Just say, fuck it. All right, so there you go. And I'm pretty sure you know who you are that I'm talking about for that card. But it's for everybody. But I feel like that one specifically came out for someone in particular. Sibling. Sibling and me, I should say. Not just her. I can't just call her out because I am a chronic worrier. So, and that comes from overthinking. So I'm a recovering worrier. So, woo. There it is. I said I'm only pulling one card from here. So, you know, I have a favorite card. Oh, that's not my favorite one. But I have to show you my favorite one real quick. I'm sorry. I love this card. It brings me so much joy. And it is my absolute 100% favorite card in this whole deck. I was kind of hoping she would come out, but she did not. God, where is she? She's hiding. She's like, come find me, Shelly Marie. Oh, well, that one. Okay, I'm sorry. I have two favorites. And believe it or not, they're right next to each other. So, for no other reason than the fact that she looks absolutely happy, I love, love, love this card. I also love this one because look at the face on that dude. He's just like, yeah, I'm so happy. I have blossoms coming out of my head. But I love these cards. In fact, I think I'm going to keep them out for a while because, again, look, see, they just bring me so much joy. But for today, we get Ignite. She kind of looks like, I'm waiting for you to trust and believe. Are you going to listen now? Because it says opportunities flowing in. She's the queen of opportunities that are flowing in. So we've covered that. That's like the third time we've seen something very similar on that. So I'm just going to jump right to the card. Okay. Let's see. Now, these are kind of magical cards, so they do have like a unicorn magic at the end, and I will read that. I normally try to skip over it because I don't want to offend anybody, but at this point in my life, you get what you get. So, the gorgeous red and yellow striped gazania, did I say that right? I don't know, but you know, whatever. Flower is associated with power and creativity. Its bright energy unblocks repressed thoughts and old ideas, leading to renewed passions and personal freedom. Gazanias grow in tough conditions, needing little water and care, and yet every year they bloom into magnificent flowers. They are also known as the treasure flower. You know, they kind of remind me of lotus flowers, right? They grow in the muck and the mud, and then poof, there they come. Oh my God, you guys, I have to tell you, this just hit my brain. I saw the funniest video the other day, and it was terrible. I didn't mean to laugh, but I laughed because I know this would have been me if I was this kid. Somebody got her one of those lotus candles, you know, like the one that lights up at the top and then it unfurls, like, but this one unfurled so fast with all of the candles lighting up. This poor kid freaked out, went backwards, and fell off the chair. This is shit I've done as an adult. So I felt bad for her, but I'm like, oh my God, that's me as a child. But I'm sorry. It's just, I'm so wrong sometimes. But no, but ignite that passion, ignite that blossoming something or whatever it is inside of you that you just know is dying to come out of you. Ignite it, reignite it, rediscover your passions, your joys, your happiness, what makes you smile. You know, I mean, my friend is at Disneyland right now, and I'm pretty sure she's by herself. And I used to love trips like that, but I never did it until bro from another Mo did it. And he's like, oh, you got to try it one time by yourself. And I did. It was like, oh my God, you answer to nobody. You do whatever the hell you want to do. There are no questions. And that doesn't mean I don't like going with other people. You know, going with siblings, she just does whatever I want to do anyways. I think she's just there more to people watch, kind of like Comic-Con, right? She's not a nerd like I am, but she loves to people watch. So I just get to drag her all over the place. But there was something different about it. And I think part of it was you really have this power inside of you because it's like, ooh, it's like going to the movies by yourself or having breakfast or dinner or lunch in a restaurant by yourself. Lots of people won't do it because they're embarrassed by it. But I personally find these things very empowering. You know, you have to be comfortable in your own skin to be seen by yourself. And I know that sounds weird, but we're so used to traveling in herds of people that I think we forget that, you know, the power does come from within us. I even like to sit in coffee shops by myself, but that doesn't seem to be abnormal anymore, as lots of people do that. So, you know. So the divination. This is the boom card. That's right, you heard that. Boom. Physical, emotional, and spiritual blocks are being blasted away with fresh new energy. Yeah, see, Disney solo days are the best. And people, she's not from this county. She's driving into this county to do a solo. All right. So, but I get her at the end of the day, at the end of all that. So, you know, I'm excited because I need an Eileen hug. I need an Eileen hug. Oh, well, yeah, you're on here anyway, so they can see you. But I need an Eileen hug. So anyways, I'm going to start over because I'm getting so, I don't know. I think I'm getting back into form again. So this is the boom card. Physical, emotional, and spiritual blocks are being blasted away with fresh new energy. Old stale patterns are being replaced. Hold on to your hat when this card appears. You are about to be offered plenty of new opportunities for growth. If you have been feeling in the doldrums lately and asking yourself, what's the point? This card heralds a time of passions being reignited after a period of dormancy. This is the card I needed. Try saying yes to invitations and opportunities that you would normally say no to. The Ignite Unicorn encourages you to explore healing techniques that use energy such as Reiki. I have a certification, chakra balancing massage, yoga, and meditation. This can help kickstart the flow of good energy through your body and clear away any emotional blocks that have been holding you back. Actually, I'm a Reiki master. So that being said, I know I brought up Eileen, but I didn't just bring her up because we're having coffee later. I brought her up because this girl never gives up on me. For however long she's had this pass, and for however long even one of her daughters was up here going to school for a while until she graduated, this girl never quit on me. When I was going through the lowest of my low points and I just couldn't drag myself out, it was like, I'm really sorry. I mean, I even canceled one time on her at the last minute. I felt horrible about it. And I really wanted to hang out with her and her girls, and I couldn't. But she never quit on me. She never stopped. And it's like, you know, and now that she says, hey, I'll be up on this day and this day, you know, let me know which day. Who knows? Maybe both, right? But I said, you know what? Let's have coffee. Let's have coffee. I want to just catch up, you know, talk over coffee, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, before it would be kind of like, I'm looking forward to it, but I have to really push myself to go. I'm looking forward to it, but this is the first time it's like, oh, I've been waiting. You know, it's in my calendar and everything. So, but I'm excited because I feel like my social butterfly wings are starting to grow back now. And, you know, I'm not saying that people who haven't asked me again to go and do things are wrong, because sometimes people just figure, well, you know, when they're ready, they'll reach out. But I have a couple of friends who do kind of, you know, stay. And I guess the reason I'm bringing Eileen up is because, like I said, she's not from around here. The other people who, you know, reach out to me from time to time and say, hey, want to go do something? Or I reach out to them and say, hey, you know, at the last minute, are people that live around here. But she's taking time out of her day to come, you know, see, you know, to come meet up. So I am very, very appreciative of that. And I am very, very grateful. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for never giving up on me. So let's see. This is the last, so we got to make the best of this, right? Unicorn magic. This is the last card. That's what I meant. Ask the unicorns to help you with this powerful little spell. Gazania good fortune charm. 1 gazania flower. What the, seriously? Where you find one of those? You know what? I'm going to give you a side tip. If you can't find one on the computer. Cut it out. You know, if you have a printer, cut it out. If you don't have a printer, just put it on your phone and just imagine it. 1 piece of square gold paper, adhesive tape, and 1 felt tip pen. Seriously. Oh, she says, because you're not just my friend, you're my family. We're family. We are family. So just as a background, I met, I know Eileen through my younger cousin in San Diego, my cousin Dia, and they went to school together. But I've always just loved Eileen. She's just always been like another baby cousin, almost like a baby sister to me. So, yeah, so we are like family. It doesn't hurt that we're, you know, I'm half Filipino, so. But But yeah, isn't that funny? I stole Dia's friend. So anyways, I know, it's like, ooh, look at me. No, you know what? I'm not on anything. This is called being high on life. Even my coffee is decaf today. But I'm just, since graduating from therapy, you guys, and the more and more I start to feel like myself again, this is how I am. I'm just kind of always kind of just wee. But that's why we don't add caffeine to that, because the wees get worse. They get like super wee. So anyways, ideally you would use a fresh gazania flower for this, but if you can't procure one, try your hand at drawing one or printing out an image of one. See? Take the flower and place it in the middle of the piece of gold paper, or the piece of paper, gold side facing out. Gently fold each corner around the flower so that it forms an envelope and secure with adhesive tape. Write 888 on the front of the envelope. This little charm will kickstart the flow of golden opportunities into your life, with the number 8 appearing 3 times, said to attract triple fortune. Now, the number 8 isn't just about attracting triple fortune. The number 8 is a completion. It's one of the completion numbers, because it's infinity, right? You turn it sideways, it's the infinity symbol. So what this is telling you is it's telling you have to trust and believe. And a lot of times, you know, people look at spells as being like, oh my God, I can't believe the devil's work. No, what it is it's helping people manifest. It's helping people focus on something. Because if you're holding, you know, that little, I'm just going to use this as an example. If you're holding this in your hand and you've placed some kind of whatever on it, all you're going to do is look at this and think, okay, this is what I put on it. This is what I want to think about. Because not everybody can just sit down and go, okay, I'm going to think about 888 and a gazania flower, and, you know, my world is going to get better. No, sometimes they need that something tangible, right? Something they can, is that the right word? Something they can hold in their hand and look at and feel and touch and put their energy into. And you'll find that after a while, you will find that you were able to put your energy into a lot of different things without needing a catalyst. So a lot of times those papers and those flowers and those things that we do, they're catalysts to help you, to show you, and a lot of times to remind you. So I mean, if you want, if you even don't want to put it on an envelope, you can draw yourself a gazania flower. You can print an image of one, and you can write 888 on it, and maybe have a gold, put it on a piece of gold paper, you know, or maybe write 888 in gold so you remind yourself. There's so many different workarounds. The things that they give you in these books, the examples they give you in these books, they are kind of the textbook version, and you are allowed to do it in any way you want. You're allowed to do it exactly as it says, and some people will, and that's great, because, you know, that works for them. Or I have found in my own experience, you can move it around to how it fits you. All right, so I just want to thank everybody for joining me. Older sibling. I know Steven. I see Steven was on for a little bit. Steve Thomas and Sissy Joe's brother. And Eileen. Did I say Eileen? I'm so sorry if I didn't. My brain. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody that came on this morning, joined me for the live. Eileen, thank you for joining me from Disneyland. Okay, I mean, I feel like I'm there. I'm connected to it. But I'm glad you enjoyed the ride. It's Holiday Mansion now, so I hope you saw the bat this time, and the little insignia underneath it, or the little, what do they call it? Gift tag. So anyways, I will see you later. I'll see sibling pretty soon. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Okay, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. I will be back here on Monday. Not sure what I'm going to talk about, but we'll go with Monday Musings. All right, Monday Musings, back Monday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time, Facebook Live. All lives are public under Shelly Marie Lucas on Facebook. You can catch the replay on YouTube under the Aloha Perspective. And, you know, they're all public. So, you know, even if we're not friends on Facebook, you're more than welcome to join me on this live. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And again, to all the people that came on to say hello or to listen, I appreciate you and I thank you. And I hope you all have a wonderful